Hi, I'm Bernardo, CEO of Quero Education. Quero is an online marketplace for college enrollment in Brazil. First about Brazil. Brazil is a large developing country here in America. We have more than 200 million people in a continental area about the same size as the US. Our GDP is about the same as India today, and actually more than 60% larger than Mexico. When you think about Brazil, you might think about soccer, perhaps about beers and other consumer brands our entrepreneurs are acquiring here, or perhaps about airplanes that we are manufacturing there in Brazil. But some of you here this audience should think about Brazil as a country of private education, we believe. Private education, private for-profit education has taken over the Brazilian college industry. In the past 20 years, the number of enrollments in private for-profit institutions has increased by tenfold. And today, more than 85% of new enrollments are taking place in those institutions. 14%, but still only 14% of Brazilian adults have a degree today. That number is around 3 times less than what developed countries have. So how does Quero work? Quero is a marketplace. We have the supply and demand. On the supply side, colleges need us today. Proof of that is that today we have more than 1,000 institutions representing around 70% of the programs available on the country. And why do they need us? Basically, due to the for-profit nature of the business there in Brazil, most of the seats aren't fulfilled. The dynamics is very similar to what happens in the hotel industry. If you look at the hotel industry, at any given time, around 50% of the rooms are empty, and because the industry just have an incentive to grow and have wide supply of programs so the customers can have wide selection. And due to that, just like hotels are working today with Booking, TripAdvisor, or Expedia, now colleges in Brazil are starting to rely on us and other marketplaces that are competing with us. On the supply side, students need us too. Actually, if you think about a market where you have a lot of supply, it makes a lot of sense for you to have a marketplace that helps channel all that information, organize all that information, and most importantly, provide it in a transparent way so students can know where they are purchasing, because we believe education is a product like any other, actually a very important product that they should really research when they acquire it. And we also help them save money when they enroll through us. Since we negotiate in bulk with colleges, we're able to get good discounts on tuition price, and therefore we help students save money. And is it working? Yes, it's working very well. In the last 12 months, we had revenue of around $12 million. And we are growing at startup rates, actually at a VC-funded startup rate. Even though we are basically a customer-funded startup, we only raised about $1.5 million in seed capital so far throughout those 5 years. In number of enrollments, we're also growing very healthily. In the past 12 months, we had around 93,000 enrolled students only in our platform, both undergrad and grad students. That's a large number, but it still represents around only 3% of undergrad enrollments in Brazil. So we still have a lot of room to grow even further only in Brazil. About our market, only our core market is basically Brazilian colleges. Today there are around 7 million enrolled students in undergrad in Brazil. They pay an average of $3,000 in tuition per year. They usually pay it out of pocket. Financing is mostly unavailable unless it's a government subsidized program, which is very restricted. And we're evolving our business model towards billing throughout the life cycle of the student cycle. So we plan on getting our take rate up to 12% of the tuition spent by the student. So that gives us a $2.5 billion addressable market in our core market. But we're already working on expanding that market, first by expanding to other types of schools like K-12, English learning, test prep, which basically doubles the market in Brazil. And then to expand to other countries in Latin America, which doubles the market again. And we get to a $10 billion addressable market. But at Quero, we think really big, we dream really big, like the Lehman guys like to say. And we believe that developing world is also going to college. If you look at the developing world numbers in terms of college education, you see that the rates of adults with college degrees is around 5 times smaller than in first world countries. And studies show that more than 100 million new students, additional students, will be enrolled in college by 2025. And basically, virtually all of those students will be in developing nations and in private for-profit institutions. So at Quero, we like to learn a lot from great entrepreneurs, and we are fortunate enough to be backed by a few of the best of them. We are one of the few Y Combinator-backed companies in Latin America, and actually, as far as I know, we're one of the probably the biggest Latin America YC startup today. Here in the US, we're also backed by great entrepreneurs in education like John Katzman and Geoff Houston. And back there in Brazil, we brought several angels who were entrepreneurs to the team, who founded a few of the best internet companies and marketplaces, and also education companies in Brazil like Buscapé and Viva Real. But all of that obviously is done by the team, which I'm very proud of. We are getting close to 200 people today. That team is very diverse in backgrounds. We have several undergrad, just recently grad people who are very eager to grow and learn, coupled with also some experienced executives with an international background from companies such as Microsoft and Bain. A couple of them, my coworkers, are here today with me, Lucas and André. Lucas, my CFO, André, my CMO. And basically that's it. So here at Quero, we are building the school marketplace for the developing world. We think really big. If you would like to work with us and help us in any means, here's my email address. You can talk to me afterwards through any means. Thank you very much.